What is going on, collective? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Adam Raw. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hang on, let me turn this down just a little bit. Okay, so today I did get into the I had got a download the other day, but I couldn't get it out because I was doing some other stuff. So, but anyway, you already saw the title of the video or whatever, but yeah, it's crazy because I didn't expect him to come see me either. But I did get a message from Chris Farley. I don't know if you guys even know or remember who Chris Farley is, but he's the guy who lives in a van down by the river, he told me to say. So yeah. For those of you who are like 90 babies and stuff like that, you all know about Chris Farley. Fucking hilarious guy, right? Well, he came through and he wanted to relay a message. I believe it was to his daughter. I want to say it was to his daughter. So it's gonna be, okay, yeah, let me just get started. I'm just gonna dive on in. I'm gonna use my Native American deck here. So this has to do with this is the beaver totem here. The beaver energy has to do with you know, how basically when it comes to the energy of the beaver, it has to do with slowing things down or using the resources around you to slow things down for your own benefit. Although life is like a rushing river, you know what I'm saying? You have to see life as like a rushing river, right? Hang on just a second here. Life is like a rushing river sometimes, and in order for you to like survive and thrive, you need to slow things down, right? So basically the energy that I'm being sent here is that, you know, this energy has to do with like slowing down, or even though life is like moving fast paced, the true power in a beaver is not in isn't in what he eats like most animals. You know what I'm saying? Most animals are praised for what they do, like in terms of like what they have dominion over, you know, like the lions, the tigers, and the bears and stuff. We worship them for like courage and strength and things of that nature. But smaller animals like beavers and things like that get overlooked, although their power is generally overlooked. So when we look at a beaver in nature, what we see is an animal that does not disrupt the flow of things. However, they use obstacles, they create obstacles to slow things down for themselves. So it's like you use negative energy to manipulate things that are coming your way anyway, right? So basically what this would look like in terms of like for his daughter, it would look like there's a lot of things coming at you fast, basically. You're gonna have to figure out a way to slow these things down. You don't have to delay them, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, you don't have to stop what you're doing. You just need to slow some things down so that you can think straight. Because water, when it comes to like time and water have one thing in common. It's consistent flow. Whatever way that water flows, it flows in that direction. Every once in a while you get a river that flows in the opposite direction or whatever, right? But generally water and time itself are connected in the manner of how it flows. So essentially this beaver would be like managing your time, okay? It's about time management. He's encouraging you to manage your time better than what you're managing it, because there's a lot of things that it's a lot of stuff coming at you at once, like I keep reiterating. But he is telling you like, basically it's best if you take what you have around you and utilize that to slow some stuff down, so that you could think clearer, you can make the right decisions, that you could come, you know what I'm saying? Because if you get swept along in the flow, get caught up in the moment of doing things, there's a chance that you may miss something very important, or you may get swept away with the time and you lose control over where you're headed in life. So, you know, and you know, 9 times out of 10, you're an adult already by now. But he's just telling you, like, you know, it's time to like slow something down, or take something slowly, or even, you know, like, build up, well, take what's around you to like, build something that you basically take what's around you, like if it's like negativity or whatever resources you have, take that what's around you and use that to slow, you know, to address what's coming to you at your own pace, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we think that just because something is happening now, we have to respond right then. But sometimes it's good to step away, walk away, or to think long, deep, and hard about something before we make a move. So basically, that's what that energy is all about. Let's see what else he wants. Also, we have the otter energy out here. So the way the otter was broken down to me is like the otter is a super survivor, right? This is the energy or vibration of someone who can take whatever it is around them and manipulate it and make it into what they need it to be in order to survive. He recognized that you are like, you've been a huge survivor up until this point. You've been surviving pretty well up until this point, you know. But with this beaver energy, he was just trying to assist you in making some things better, or, you know, just, you know what I'm saying? You know how fathers are, right? This right here has to do with your masculine energy right here. So these are the things that you have control over, because we have 2 separate problems in life. We got problems we have control over and problems we don't have control over. So the things that you do have control over, he's urging you to slow a few things down. Don't get overwhelmed, and just, you know, do what you naturally do. Now with this this number 3 here, that has to do with the divine feminine energy. It has to do with your more in the energies that of basically what you like, your thought process or whatever, or your emotions and your feelings, you know what I mean? And it doesn't have to do with like the gender of a female. It has more to do with the energy that is you generally associated with femininity, which has to do with like thought, you know what I'm saying, emotion, feeling, intuition, you know, things of that nature. So you've probably been surviving off of your intuition up until this point, and you probably have been doing well, you know. But he's alerting you to something that is in your vicinity that's disrupting the flow of your natural, of what's naturally around you. Because you are a super survivor, and you know, with this with this energy, this otter, you have this blend of being like welcoming, but you also know how to read energy and know when you're not welcome at the same time. You see what I'm saying? But you also know when you're in danger and when it's time to act. You see what I'm saying? You got that somehow, I don't know if it came from him or your mother or whatever, but you got this perfect blend of knowing how and when to act, and he's encouraging you to use that to help slow some things down in your life. Not to slow them down to a stop, but just to take the pressure off a little bit, so that you're able to think a few things. There's something he really needs you to think through before you make a decision, okay? He's just saying, think it through, right? Let's see what else. We also got, this has to do, this I believe is like the Wheel of Fortune here. So there's some kind of money that could be involved in this situation that could be heading your way. Some kind of fortune or windfall or something like that. 2, 7 equates to 9. So you got all the most powerful numbers in the universe working at your side at this time. You got the 3, the 6, and the 9. 27 added together is the 9, right? The 3 is representative of the divine feminine number. The 6 is representation of the divine masculine number. And you have the 9, which is an undefined number, a mirroring energy. This mirroring energy, what's echoing in your life is the Wheel of Fortune. It has to do with money, right? I don't know if you're following your moral compass or your intuitive compass or whatever compass that you are used to. You're following something towards fortune, basically, or some kind of money or some kind of wealth, and it doesn't always have to be money. Sometimes it has to be with an abundance of patience, an abundance of peace, an abundance of harmony, an abundance of at oneness, right? This Wheel of Fortune is all-encompassing. It's round for a reason. This circle has to do with the all-encompassing, how one extreme leads to the other. Basically, it's two extremes leading to and from each other, but they're intertwined. You have, this also represents the seasons. With the, it has a representation of the 4 seasons, but also the 4 elements. We got the elements, the seasons. This is all those things all in harmony. So basically what he wants you to know is and I'm gonna break down each one of these sectors, right? Let's say this represents the fire. Whatever you decide after you, remember I told you about this slowing down, about the slowing things down and you being a super survivor. Keep that in mind as I read these out. With this right here, let's say that this represents the fire element, right? With the fire element, he's asking you to temper your spirit. You may be ready to take some kind of bold action, but right now he's telling you to think things through before you get into that bold action. But once you make your decision or you make up your mind, be bold in the way that you do it. Do it with it's the spirit that you're doing things with, okay? Now, if you're doing it out of money, that can lead to greed. But if you do it out of being just joyful or what will make you happy in the long run, you will never be you won't be in a deficit on this circle here. Okay, it's all about the spirit behind the spirit behind the decision that you have to make. Okay, let's say that this sector represents the water, right? He's telling you, although both of these are aquatic animals essentially, right? They are used to navigating this one in turbulent emotional energies, right? So if you are dealing with like a turbulent emotional energy,